Hey guys, I'm going to be playing some NBA 2K15 and I'm going to be playing as Golden State Warriors versus San Antonio Spurs. Enjoy the video and please subscribe.
The season is about to begin. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Warriors in Oakland. And for the Warriors, there's been a lot of discussion about them in the offseason, and even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA. Shaq, it seems the Spurs just keep on getting better. Now, of course, you got Duncan and Parker and Ginobili, and now with the way Kawhi.
The Warriors have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. And it's the Warriors to start out. And the starting group for the Spurs. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And it's Splitter in at the 5. Well, going into last season, Thiago Splitter accepting a 4-year, $36 million extension, Steve, from the Spurs.
A lot of people questioned the value of that contract, but Splitter more than earned it with his play throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. He's versatile, he can pass, he can defend. And even though his numbers were down a little bit last year, he made tremendous impact just in terms of their interior play.
Parker with it. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. A big factor in this game, he said, is how well they do to contain the young shooter Klay Thompson, saying Thompson can really give you trouble coming off screens. We got to have all-out energy fighting to stay on his hip, and then we need to pressure on the ball handler to try and delay the pass. Kevin, both jobs are hard.
All right, Doris, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Green against Thompson. Duncan right side. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Duncan's got his first basket.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Well, he's off to a good start, and he's a guy who we know, I mean, if he gets going early, he can give you problems all day.
And here is Parker after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Second chance shot. Shot denied. From deep. And Splitter pulls it down. For San Antonio, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. They set the pick. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Here's Baines. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Livingston kicks to Thompson. Fires the 3. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Spurs out in front, up 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
And this team has done a nice job on the glass. I think that's how they've built this lead. They've been very physical, really established a presence in the paint.
Well, they've chased down those balls. As soon as they've hit the iron, they've been chasing them down. That's been a solid effort by them.
Here's Ginobili.
Greg Popovich with 15 straight 50-win seasons as head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. What a remarkable streak of success. And I don't really think folks understand what that level of consistency embodies. He's widely regarded as the best head coach in the NBA, and for good reason. He's the full package as a head coach.
It's Lee and Bogut inside. Livingston is out there with Barbosa, and it's Iguodala in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Some changes for Golden State. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Bogut. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Parker's checked in for San Antonio. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D.
Let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Now here's Parker, and Diaw kicks to Parker. It's good. The assist that time from Diaw. 6 points for Parker. Popovich in the top 5 in coaching win percentage all time.
And he's likely to remain in that lofty company. Kevin, he said he plans to follow Tim Duncan into retirement. Not a bad plan. They pretty much came in together, so might as well go out together. Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. He dishes it to Baines. Back to Parker. Spurs working the ball around now. Ginobili outside. Shot clock at 6. Soft touch off the glass.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Here is Livingston. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Parker drives in, and that one's good.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
It's Ginobili on the wing, covered by Barnes. Here's Diaw. Good D by Lee.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And the first half ends in a close one. Spurs.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen much work put in off the bench thus far. When we see that second unit after the break, what are you hoping to see from them?
I just want to have a semblance of motion so that they know where they're going and the ball moves. They don't play in a crowd. Just basically see if they know what they're doing.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Look at Tony Parker. What a contribution.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
On the court right now for the Spurs. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. And it's Parker in at the 1.
The Spurs were able to take the top seed in the West once again and set themselves up for yet another deep playoff run.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Guys, it is hard to question that Patty Mills was instrumental in the Spurs title run. Getting in the best shape of his life was the key to his breakout season. As Coach Popovich said, he was a little fatty. He had too much junk in the trunk. He came back svelte and cut and understood you have to make better decisions. Point guard type decisions. Kevin?
Pop never wanted to hide his feelings, Doris. Thank you. And for the Spurs, they're shooting an outstanding 53% for the game.
As you said, the Spurs were the top seed coming into the playoffs and in the West, but they were pushed to the limit early by Dallas before cruising to the NBA Finals. And I can go back a number of years where the #1 seed has had a tough time in its first round matchup only to get to the NBA Finals and in some cases win it.
Now here's Thompson after the miss from Tim Duncan. And Splitter pulls it down.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Out to Parker. Duncan, a screen. Parker dishes to Duncan. 6 to shoot. And Parker, here we go. From 13. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Probably use a little clock here.
Yep, make this the very last possession.
Thompson with the bucket.
And a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Now here's Parker. He's got 10. Great D that time from Green.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make. It makes it flawlessly. He set up that alley-oop.
Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Into Tim Duncan. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Duncan's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Spurs. Curry with it. Now here is Bogut. Outside Curry. Fires from deep. And Ginobili pulls it down. And now the fast break. Ginobili with the ball. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Great job. Taking right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Boy, he looked cool on both of them, didn't he? Clutch work at the line in a very tense moment of the game.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
This is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Duncan with a screen on Curry. Outside Leonard. Feeds to Mills. A three. No good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Iguodala, the pass to Thompson. It's good.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Spurs shooting 43% for the game. Ginobili outside. It falls. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
So hard to stop Ginobili right now.
Thompson for the triple. The shot is off. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Ginobili. Sinks it.
And that is the shot of the game.
Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
Steve, what a big possession right here.
No doubt, guys. You can feel the tension in this building.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Well, they did have a foul to give, but...
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Harrison Barnes comes in for David Lee. San Antonio also making some changes. Splitter's checked in for Dion. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Curry against Parker. There's a good screen. Kicks it to Leonard. It's off. Here's Splitter. Got it!
He goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're behind by 2. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. Well, they don't get much more exciting.